Namaskar, friends. Welcome to a new dimension where ancient wisdom meets modern science. I'm Sanjeev Kumar Mishra, your friend, cosmic energy reader, and student of the stars. Today we dive into powerful transformational quantum astrology and Mercury. In this journey, you'll understand how the Mercury is not just a celestial body, but intelligent energy fields in terms of cosmic energy. In classical astrology, Mercury, or Bud, is the planet of intelligence, speech, analysis, business, and logic. It governs how we think, communicate, and process information. But in quantum astrology, Mercury represents something far more subtle and profound. It acts as a cosmic neural node for processing quantum information. Mercury is the translator of cosmic signals into logical cognition. It is the mind's quantum decoder. Mercury in Vedic mythology is the child of the moon, Manas, mind, and Jupiter, Guru, wisdom, embodying both mental processing and philosophical intelligence. In quantum terms, this heritage shows Mercury's role in integrating intuition, or moon waves, and logical algorithms, which is Jupiter's spiritual intelligence. In traditional astrology, Mercury's influence changes depending on the house and sign. But in quantum astrology, the placement of Mercury determines the efficiency and frequency range of your mind's quantum receivers. Your ability to decode subtle cosmic signals from the environment, Akashic records, other minds, and even the future. To understand Mercury in quantum astrology, we must understand how consciousness behaves as a quantum phenomenon. Consciousness, as proposed by physicists like Roger Penrose and Stuart Hameroff, exists not just in neurons, but in microtubules within the brain, acting as quantum computing devices. These structures are sensitive to entanglement and superposition. Mercury governs how the brain decodes wave functions, how we collapse quantum potentials into thoughts. Mercury governs information particles, not just words or thoughts, but, packets of vibrational data. These are not only transmitted through sound, but also via brain waves, subtle auras, and intent. In quantum mechanics, this could correspond to information encoded in the spin states or the collapse of quantum wave functions. Thus, Mercury can be seen as the ruler of quantum coherence, which is like mental clarity. Decoherence, that's more like mental confusion or distraction. There's also quantum tunneling, which feels a lot like intuition or sudden insight. And of course, entanglement, which can be thought of as telepathy or shared consciousness. Just as our brains emit electromagnetic waves, our mental field also interacts with scalar fields, or zero-point energy. Mercury is the tuner of this mental quantum antenna. Depending on Mercury's strength, placement, and dignity, a person may be a clear receiver of cosmic inspiration, a distorted communicator due to energetic noise, or a transmitter of quantum logic, or sometimes chaotic frequency. Mercury is the gatekeeper of logic, but logic is really just the front-end interface of universal consciousness. In the quantum model, Mercury represents the focused beam through which infinite potential becomes specific cognition. In neuroscience, the prefrontal cortex manages reasoning, speech, and memory, all Mercury domains. However, it's also the key interface of free will, which collapses potential into actual choice. Mercury, therefore, is the planet of willful collapse in the human quantum field. Quantum mechanics shows us that particles can remain connected regardless of distance. This is the basis for non-locality. When two people with strong Mercury energy connect deeply, like twins, lovers, or even a guru and disciple, they often experience things like telepathic communication, dreams of each other, or synchronized thoughts. This is Mercury's quantum entanglement at play. So, thoughts are not just biological. They are vibrational events. When we think, we actually generate brainwave frequencies, alpha, beta, theta, and gamma. Mercury, in astrology, determines the dominant wave range in the mental field. A high-functioning Mercury leads to balanced alpha-gamma processing, while a debilitated Mercury results in excessive beta, which means overthinking or underactive theta, which can feel like a lack of inner dialogue. Mercury's house, sign, and aspects tell us which dimension of life will be mentally activated, and also how one interfaces with the quantum field. This, in turn, shapes the way we experience and interact with the world around us. First house quantum intelligence is, integrated into identity. The person just absorbs knowledge like a sponge and transmits really unique patterns of thought. Thought itself creates the aura. Second house, quantum anchoring of speech and memory. Mercury here actually programs the etheric field through the voice. Third house, natural entanglement. The person easily bonds with sibling minds and acts as a messenger of frequencies. Fourth house, subconscious quantum processor. Mental roots in, past life scripts. Fifth house, Mercury becomes a creative quantum encoder. The person can access quantum patterns for innovation, literature, and even code. Sixth house, Mercury processes karmic patterns and finds solutions, but could become a bit neurotic if not grounded. Seventh house, communication field mirrors the partner's energy. There's entanglement with others' thought fields. Eighth house, deep psychic Mercury. It works in hidden realms, sorcery, tantric thought, past life access. Ninth house, Mercury receives philosophical quantum downloads, becoming a teacher of multidimensional intelligence. 10th house, Mercury becomes the architect of societal frequency, public speaker, analyst, AI developer. 11th house, Mercury aligns with group field networks, leader of thought circles, web minds, and forums. 12th house, cosmic Mercury. Subconscious downloads happen here. Mercury becomes a cosmic bridge to parallel dimensions. Conjunction with the Sun. Mercury